Hello everyone and welcome back. Trapdragon here on Jurassic World Evolution 2. Back in with ranking our dinosaurs once again. Now as we are coming close to the end of the list, I'm just going to try and fire through this one and try and get another 20 done. And then we might just be left with like the top 10 left, hopefully. Starting off is the Carnotadon. Wait. Just wait. Oh, that's so much better. I hated Evolution 1's Carnotadon. The design is still the same in this game. The design I can get past, but the sound effects were terrible. Like, I just hated it. It just sounded bad, but I love its new roar. And other than me just not liking the overall design of Carnotadon, whether if this is like scientific accurate, because I've never actually really heard people complain about it, I just don't really like the design, to be honest. It's just not really interesting. I feel like you could maybe get a more interesting pattern, which is a kind of recurring theme of a lot of these dinosaurs. I just feel their patterns are really lacking. Like, I mean, this blue, like the colouring is nice. I mean, this one's actually a really nice pattern. This one isn't really, but this one is super nice actually, yeah. But so, it's not really much to say on it. It is a good dinosaur. It's much better because it's sound effects, but it's never been a favourite of mine. I've never really been a fan of Carnotadon. Now this one hurts me to put it here, and we're going to go with the Acro. And it hurts me because I love Acrocanthosaurus. I think its sound effects in the game is really good. All its animations are really cool. The only problem is the same thing I know everyone rags on about, is it just looks like a chunky fat T-Rex, which I actually do love the fat T-Rex aesthetic, but I think if it actually looked more like a Carnotadon, it would definitely have a better spot on the list. But other than that, not really much to say. Its skins, I think, are a bit tame compared to the first game. It's got a lot of really crazy amazing skins. They're kind of a bit tamer now, and it just still has the Rex problem, and that's about it. Our first herbivore now for the day, and it is the Taurosaurus. Now Taurosaurus is here as, it is good. I like Taurosaurus. It has a good design. I like how it has the kind of back spikes, or what would you really call these? Do they like call it proboscis or something like that? I can't remember the proper word. But you can even see it in this one, the skin is just kind of, it's just not interesting really, to be honest. I actually might swap this when I come to actually do my ranking and show you all. I might actually swap this one around. This one's nice, but the other ones are kind of meh. It does have a pretty nice social. It is basically just like a smaller Triceratops, which I do like because I do love Triceratops. As I said, the model's really good, but I feel like the skin lets it down, and the fact that it is like, I'd pick Triceratops over Taurosaurus, so it doesn't really fill that niche. It is good it's here, it's good we always have more dinosaurs, but it doesn't really have a need to exist in the game really. One of the best designed dinosaurs, sadly, is placed kind of terribly. Number 40, Dilophosaurus. I absolutely love the design of Dilophosaurus. Its skin's really interesting. To be honest, I think it's one of the best designed dinosaurs in the game. Why have I put it at number... What is going on with that one's leg? You guys saw that right? Hold on. Wait. I need to check this out. It seems fine now, but that wasn't right. So like, this one's a really nice skin, but the thing with Dilophosaurus, as much as I do like the Ankylosaurids, they're one of the dinosaurs I pick the least out of all of them, even though I do really like them. And Dilophosaurus is an incredibly looking dinosaur. Like, it's much more scientifically accurate than the Anky, and it just looks really nice. So again, Dilophosaurus is maybe one I've placed kind of wrong. Like, as I said, like between now and the final episode, I'll probably do a wee bit of rejigging on the list, maybe. But yeah, so Pachycephalus is 40, and its social's kind of boring, but it's got nice skins. It's a great model, so I probably will change its placement. And our first aquatic for today is the Dilophosaurus. For the longest time, this was the mystery mosasaur we were getting. Now, I will say I do like the design. I think it has a really interesting, very angry looking design, which I do like. I like how aggressive it looks. But I think it's maybe the texture I don't like. I just don't like its texture. It looks like sandpaper, like really bad sandpaper. And I do know that you do get like fish and aquatic creatures that are like that, but I feel like if the Taurosaurus had if its texture was like Attenborosaurus or even the Mosa, I feel like it would look a lot better. And I do like the pure aggressive look, but I also think the teeth could look better. The eye looks great, like I do like the jutting out teeth, but I think maybe it's because of how wide they are, it just kind of looks a bit weird. And it does have a nice pattern, but I think some of these skins, like, they're just not that interesting really. But so Taurosaurus is just kind of here because I can't think of a better spot to put it really. First movie dinosaur of today is the Dilophosaurus, as you could probably tell with those sound effects. Now, the Dilophosaurus does look great. Oh, that one is beautiful, that one on the left. So yeah, it does look great. Its sound effects are amazing, and it's a lot better than it is in the last game. Even though in the last game it was pretty damn perfect. But it's just so much nicer now, it's got a lot much better skins. And it's just so much more interesting. Its social animations, its kill animations are a lot more interesting. But it does have the problem where when it goes into aggression and all that, it kind of, oh my god, that looks, it still looks weird front on. Like when it's chasing down a goal, it does have the problem of having the raptor sprint, which I'm taking points off it because it just looks really weird on Dilophosaurus. It's cool that it can pack hunt, but I mean, yeah, it's not really much, but I think that's the problem with all small carnivores, that they shouldn't be able to pack hunt like Brachiosaurus and stuff. But I just think it feels a wee bit weird. Dilophosaurus can pack hunt. With its like venom and all that, it seems more like it wouldn't be a pack hunter. We're actually, oh, looks like this one's going to socialise, so we'll get to be able to see it in a minute. But yeah, out of all these smaller carnivores, I would definitely say, yeah, that was good. Out of all the other smaller carnivores, I would say Dilophosaurus did pretty well with that panic, yeah. So I mean, I feel like this run looks a little bit weird on Dilophosaurus. Yeah, I just don't like, I think it could have had a different run maybe. The skin's really cool, it's accurate to the movie, so I don't actually have an issue with the skin. I like how it has all the different variation, like this one is beautiful, it's so pretty. So yeah, Dilophosaurus, not really much to say about it. I do like it, but I think that there is other like dinosaurs I like more than it, sadly, for Dilophosaurus. And I feel so sad for the massacre our chunky little boy went through. Oh, yeah, you have to ruin it, don't you, Taurosaurus? Sinoceratops here, okay, right. Its model, texture, look incredible. I love the fact that it's been shrunk, and it's super adorable. But what lets it down is its social. It's kind of boring, sadly, for a ceratopsian, for the Triceratops. Yeah, it's kind of boring. I think it'd be cool if it had the same social as the Styracosaurus, where it uses that horn and basically tries to slit the throat of the other dinosaur. It'd be cool, but no, it just kind of has like a kind of a bashing where it shoves its weight around, and I'm pretty sure the only other dinosaur that shares that animation is Penta, so it's kind of cool that it's more unique. But it's just kind of, it's not really interesting. The next problem with the massacre is the skins. So fair enough, yeah, it has a kind of faded, messy pattern on the body, which I don't mind. It can be interesting, unlike this green skin, which you don't even notice it, which is the problem. And then the next problem is the frill. I get how basically the focus for all the ceratopsians was to colourfy the frill, or just whatever. That's a word, accept it. But really, that is the best they could come up with. it's just so piddly and non-existent, and they're playing their social animation, so right, they bash into each other, they just kind of lean, almost try to push the other one over, but it's like as soon as that one starts pushing, this one just walks away as if to go, no, I'm not interested, where I think maybe if you fought back and tried to push the other dinosaur over, and they kind of had like, almost like if you see like kind of elephants doing that kind of dominance thing where they just kind of push and nudge into each other, shove the other one over. I think if it was like that, it would be so much more interesting, but yeah. Social's kind of boring, and compared to the last game, the skins are terrible. But the model is great, and it is still one of the better Ceratopsians in the game, and it's adorable because it's so tiny. Probably one of the dinosaurs that has the best social in the game is the Nordosaurus. Its skin is a lot more interesting than the last game. As I said, it has a really good social where basically one of them walks up behind the other one, it goes under the tail for some really weird reason, I don't know why, it's almost as if he's trying to sniff his butt or something. And then the Nordosaurus, whose tail has been lifted, turns around and boots them in the face. And it's really cute and hilarious, first time you see it. Sinoceratops honestly looks huge next to these guys. So they do have that cute factor of being absolutely tiny. They've got a nice interesting skin. Again, it would be cool if they did something, just so they're not sprinting all over the place and the camera freaks out. It would be nice if they did something more interesting with the backplate. Like, I get how some of the tips have got that green on it. I think it'd be good if it was maybe more prominent and just kind of like it faded out the closer it got to the centre, or like just the middle spine break that you see all the way down the back. So the skins are kind of a letdown, but they are an improvement from the last game. It's a great social, as I've said. And overall, I would probably say, I think this is maybe the second best Ankylosaurid in the game. I think the next one is literally in the top 10. You can probably guess what it is by this point. They really need to fix this locomotion, like they really need to. Sprinting into number 35 is the OG Struthiomimus, who did amazingly well in this ranking to get to number 35. Now, the Struthio obviously has the nostalgia value because it being the first dinosaur you release in the first game, and to be honest, I didn't like the Struthio at first, but as it went on, I increasingly grew a love for this dinosaur. It has a really cool, really interesting, unique social. I love its social. Its skins are incredible. I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. Like, on some of the dinosaurs, I would not like that because skins that are straight up like blues, like bright blue colours and all that, I think looks on some dinosaurs looks a bit weird. Even though I keep saying it'd be nice to get vibrant dinosaurs, but it's like, I think if you go straight up for like proper like colours, like imagine if this was like a proper like bright red, it would look weird. But with the Struthio, it works because it kind of has the bird features. Out of all the ornithomimids, I think it's one of the best ones, definitely, because I hate the Galley and Archaeo is hideous. But Struthio isn't. It's like a nice mix of both of them, and it's cute. I don't care what you say, I think it's cute. And I just really like the Struthio. Great skins, great social, and all that, but there is other dinosaurs I prefer, because I mean Struthio, as much as it is a good model and everything, it isn't overly an interesting dinosaur. Because it is just like a small Galley, and a more prettier Archaeo. But yeah, well done Struthio for number 35. I think the final sauropod on the list is Brachiosaurus. Now, the sound effects and everything for this dinosaur is incredible. Like, you just have the sheer nostalgia value of everything to do with Jurassic Park. I mean, if you don't count the kind of foreshadowing of the raptor in the first movie at the very beginning, this is the first dinosaur you ever see. To some people, I was not going to interrupt that roar, hell no. But to a lot of people, Brachiosaurus is Jurassic Park. Like, a lot of people just think of the T-Rex, but to a lot more people, this is what Jurassic Park is the Brachiosaurus. Now for the bad points. Skin is boring. Like, we have that up there on the crest, on the kind of nasal... What is it again? Nasal... whatever you want to go with, I can't remember the word. But I mean, the rest of the body is almost untouched. I get how they maybe don't want to tamper with a movie dinosaur too much. I completely understand that. But as I've said with all the sauropods, I'd love if they had one like really wild pattern or just one really bright colouring across the whole body. It would look really nice. Sadly, the social, like all the other sauropods, is boring. They just go up and kind of rub heads together. Like, I mean, you can see the pattern all the way down the neck there, but it's so faint. The sound work is incredible though. Easily, possibly the best sauropod in the game. It's just nostalgia value come to life, is what it is. I could listen to that all day, honestly, because it's like whale songs. It's so beautiful. Just squeezing ahead of Struffy and Mimus is the Dryosaurus. So, Struffy is good, but it's not as cute as Dryosaurus. Like, Dryosaurus, best ornithominid in the game. It's just so adorable. I mean, look at those big baby doll eyes. Oh, they're just so cute. It looks really good. It's got a really interesting skin. I like how it kind of looks, it's basically the same skin from the last game, because the last game's skin was incredible. It was so nice. It has a lot more cuter sound effects. It's overly just a better looking dinosaur. I feel like when you first look at this, if you don't really know about dinosaurs, you wouldn't think it's an ornithominid, where Galley, Struthie, Archeo, Owl, Mahand, I think that's all that's like, because it's only, so it's Galley, Archeo, Struthie, Dryo. That's the only ornithominids, right, isn't it? Yeah. So the other three, they all look really similar. Like, you could even maybe think like their species is related. Or maybe they're even different states of maturity, like for example like Taurosaurus and Triceratops. A lot of people think they're actually the same dinosaur, but we're not getting into that. Where Dryo really stands out among them, so that's why it ranks higher again, but since it is, other than looking adorable and having a nice skin, and I think it has, actually, yeah, it has a pretty good social, I would say. It isn't an overly incredible dinosaur, it doesn't wow, so it gets a decent spot, but nothing higher. Little cutie. Back with another movie dinosaur, and it's the Velociraptor at number 32. So the raptor has had a much needed glow up and attention, like, and love. It's got its animations. I hope you can hear me okay with all that roaring. Its animations are just so much more better than the last game. Its skins, even though we can't really see it that well. Come on, alright. Is there one actually in the light? Come on. Be nice. Okay, this one. The skin patterning, it's still really subtle, but it's way better than the last game. Way better. The model looks a lot better. It's all its new animations, like its kill animations, its social's really cool. The fact that it was the first dinosaur we saw pack hunting, so even though basically all small carnivores except Celophysis can pack hunt, I'm still giving it points for that. Movie dinosaur, of course, the fact that we now also have the movie accurate skins, as well as the recent update that came out, I literally think like 2 or 3 days ago, now fixes the Jurassic Park 3 Velociraptors, where only the male have the quills and the females don't. They had the raptor run, the iconic raptor, which is really cool. They can climb the fences, so it's really good. The only I don't really have much, the only negative I actually really have to say about it is, the reason why it doesn't rank better is because as much as I do like the Velociraptor, and to me the Velociraptor is a really big staple for Jurassic Park, like I think when I think of Jurassic Park, I sometimes honestly think of the raptor before the Rex. And that's surprising because the Tyrannosaurus Rex, not just the Jurassic Park one, but just the dinosaur in general, is my favourite dinosaur. I know, cliche, but whatever. I love the T-Rex. That run animation is just so... it's just so good, like... But yeah, I am just kind of sick. I feel like raptors are overused. Like, I do get, like, in Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, they're kind of the main... usually kind of one of the main antagonists. I wouldn't really say the Rex is, it's more the raptors. Then with all the stuff with Blue and Owen, really raptor focused, then we got the Indoraptor. It's like, I just hope the stuff with raptors die down, and like all the other games, they basically just kind of copy paste this raptor but change it, like give it feathers or stuff. It's just like in a lot of games that come out that's almost like kind of Alien Isolation inspired dinosaur games, it's always a raptor, which I do get, yeah, it works perfectly, but there is other dinosaurs you could use. So that's no reason why it doesn't rank any better, it's just because I'm kind of sick of seeing it. But it does look incredible though. Finally getting back into the aviary with Dimorphodon. I will say, it does look a lot better than the Jurassic World Dimorphodon, because it does look different. It's not completely identical. It has a really nice skin, but it suffers from the same problem. I actually think that is the kind of the movie skin, or the most accurate one. It does suffer from the same problem the like Marodactylus and Geostenbergia suffers from, which is the patterning is like it's really small. It's really mild. It's not really noticeable when these things are basically featherless birds. I know that's so inaccurate, but that's what they are more or less. So I think the aviary species really need brighter patterns. Well, not brighter patterns, but they just need more vibrant skins. With that said though, I do love the Dimorphodon. I just realised that it has one really long claw. I have never noticed that it has that super long claw. So yeah, Dimorphodon, really unique among all the other aviary species. It's a movie dinosaur. I actually really like Dimorphodon. Not just in this game, like I love them in Ark, even though they're kind of useless unless you're PvPing. But I just like it. I think it's an interesting little dinosaur. Well, reptile, if you want to be pernickety. And I just really like them. I think they're cute. I like some of their idle animations. It's just, the skins are really meh, which is a problem with a lot of the aviary species. They're just kind of meh. But I do like that they're not overly picky, and he decides to defy gravity as well. I hope they really fix this as well. Like, I like how unpicky they are, but then again there's like 6 of them in here and they're almost at max for open space, which is an issue, but whatever. I think it'd be cool if Dimorphodon could pack hunt. Like, I don't know flyers can pack hunt, but I think it'd be cool if Dimorphodon could pack hunt. I could definitely see these guys like trying to take down like a Struffy or a Galley, like 3 of them trying to do that. That would be cool to see. Now, in with one of the newer dinosaurs, the Celophysis. I really like this little guy. I was happy that we got this dinosaur in the game, considering this is a really, like, I'm pretty sure when it comes to like dinosaur species that they believed that existed, Celophysis is like a really early dinosaur, like really early. I love this skin, which was kind of the poster child for when we first saw the dinosaur, this really bright green skin, which surprisingly is the unpatterned skin, and I think that still looks really nice. Like, unpatterned, this one's kind of boring, but I think the bright green with no pattern looks good. Again, it's pattern like this one, that pattern is so pretty, like it's really, it's simple, but it's because of like the bright colours and how it just mixes with like, it's bright then it goes dark and then with the base skin, even with the, where was like the white one? Even like this kind of grey one, that still looks so nice. Yeah, there's the kind of whiter one. No, there's the white one there. And it's probably, yeah, oh there we go. See, like, yeah, even though that kind of bluish hue kind of blends in with the grey and the white, it just looks so nice. It's a really nice modelled dinosaur. I love the mouth. I need to keep pausing this because they're running so bloody fast. Can I get you kind of out of the grass? Yeah. I do like the modelling around the mouth. It's such a unique looking dinosaur. Again, taking points off because it has the raptor run, which I think Celophysis really shouldn't have. It just kind of looks really weird. And the other thing I'm going to knock off that it can't pack hunt. Like, I don't think every single dinosaur should pack hunt. Like, to be honest, I think, I don't think Dilophosaurus should pack hunt. But I think Celophysis should pack hunt. I think it would be interesting to see a bunch of these clinging on or something. But then again, they're not as skinny or scrawny as like Taurosaurus, so maybe like hunting on their own does work better. But yeah, that's all I can really say about them. I just genuinely really like it, and even when you see it compared to like the raptor, I know they're not really close. Is there one that's... This is kind of the closest one, I think. So yeah, kind of comparing them, it's a nice size diversity between the raptor, whereas Dilophosaurus, Deinonychus, and Troodon, they're all roughly, even Proceratops, they're roughly the same size, where I do get this thing as hunched down because it's sprinting. But even when you look at that raptor back there, that raptor's a lot bigger, it's longer, like it's a nice, I just think it's really unique compared to the other small carnivores. So that is why it is spot number 30. The final dinosaur for today is the Yangosaurus, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I don't know if that's right, but whatever. Immediately, I'm knocking off points for this for a reason I know a lot of people would probably complain. I know a lot of people might disagree with. And it's the fact that this is a deluxe dinosaur. When in the first game, this is one of the first dinosaurs you unlock. You get this on the very first island. You could honestly release this as like your third... I think it's like your third or fourth dinosaur you could release it. I will say it is cute and adorable, which is why it does have a nice good spot at number 29. Is that correct? Yes, it is. At number 29. So it is like the cutest stegosaurid. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's socials, I think is cute. I don't really remember it. It's got a really nice skin, like, to be honest, the one we were on, like, I like how defined the skin is. It would be nice if maybe the plates and spikes had a little bit of love for colour wise, but then again it is kind of nice that they stand out. It is really cute, it fits in really well, it doesn't blend too much with the other stegosaurids, like you can see the difference because it's, even though it's similar to like Kentro and Spinosaurus, but it stands out, like you can tell it's a completely different creature. But not really much to say other than it's just a tiny stegosaurid. Had an interesting skin and a decent social, but I don't like the fact that we had to pay. You have to pay to get this thing, when in the other game you don't. I'd much rather that we got a new dinosaur, maybe a new stegosaurid. I would be happy with that, but I know there's a lot of people that might say that's not a valid reason, but it is for me, because it kind of sucks a little. But at least it gets a decent spot. It gets a decent spot, and I think this is the second highest ranked stegosaurid on the list. Thank you for sticking with me on these videos if you watched the whole thing. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, share, all that lovely stuff, and check out some of the other videos if you're interested. And I'll see you all next time. Cheerio, you lovely people.